शनि का साया और मंगल की माया, ये सब होता क्या है?
Wow, actually it's astrology, bro. And astrology is about finding कि आपका future क्या है. And in your future, I see you watching this podcast. कुछ तो है bro, ये लोग कुछ तो कर रहे हैं ऊपर, कुछ तो है भगवान लोग कर रहा है वो लोग. So there must be some correlation between that and people.
Correct.
Either that or there was some nerdy guy who's like, I want to map the stars. And other guy's like, no bro, you have to go and eat and grow food like the rest of us. Like मेहनत करने का तुझे, you can't just sit here and calculate all day कि what are stars doing. हम सब मेहनत करें, तुझे भी मेहनत करना पड़ेगा. That guy goes like, but it's kind of important. And he's like, but why? Because it changes your life. होता है ऐसा क्या होता है? हाँ देख, see bro, अगर तू मुझे बोलेगा कि मेहनत मत कर और मेरे को खाना खिलाएगा, मैं तुझे बताएगा तेरा लाइफ कैसा रहेगा बेस्ड ऑन द रीडिंग ऑफ द स्टार्स.
Oh.
Yeah. So I feel, so here's the thing, man, because here's the thing, the OG scientists had to somehow justify why they are reading the stars, right?
Correct.
Right? हम इतना टाइम देख रहे हैं.
Correct.
Yes, we are building this thing, we are building sundials and shit, using so much resources of like early civilization.
It has to mean something. हाँ.
तो बोला वो बता दे तेरा लाइफ कैसा है.
Possible. So actually, it's a very interesting thing that you made the analogy with of grazing stars and the food, because they used to use astrological charts to predict seasons and the crop cycle based on that.
Correct.
So early astrologers used to use that कि मैं गेहूं कब उगाऊं. Basically, it was that.
So
actually, the word horoscope is derived from the Greek word which means hour watcher.
Okay.
So it's actually timekeeping.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is how. So apparently, how they can predict horoscopes for everyone, even though we are not in that period, is that every constellation has a period of 2 hours from when it rises and sets. It 2 घंटे के लिए अपने को दिखता है.
Correct.
Right. And the funniest fact is there is a feud going on between astrologers saying that ancient astrology is now irrelevant because of something called perception or something like that. Let me look at that word. Percession.
Okay.
So percession is basically the earth has wobbled on its axis.
Correct.
So our perception of the constellation has changed.
Correct.
So जो पहले ने उन्होंने देखा है और जिसके बेसिस पे हमारा है वो शायद ट्रू नहीं है अभी.
Got it. So basically, we are not seeing what they used to see.
Correct.
Wow, that's an awful sentence. We are not seeing what our ancestors used to see. We essentially, right?
Essentially.
All of, say, astrology is essentially, one could place it as an ancient version of astronomy, right?
Yeah.
It's basically about understanding time, understanding stars, and what a role they play in our lives, correct? Because essentially, they do play a role in our lives. Like you said, seasons change. You need to know when someone dies, when a child is born, right? Children born in winter will have a harder time surviving.
Correct.
Right? Will grow up in harsher conditions as opposed to children born in, say, spring. So, of course, you will be like, okay, under this star, whenever, children are born, or this is a good time to get married, for example. They just were able to build those correlations.
Correct.
Based on what time was and made sense. Right, because essentially you're trying to find what is the best time to do something.
Correct.
And it might have had some kind of true logical relationship to it, right? Because now the question I'm going to pose is, what is your view? Not what is astrology? Because I think we can check what astrology is. Like, there are different kinds of astrology. There's Western, there's Chinese, and there's Indian.
Correct.
Right, and they have different thought processes and how they look at it. But at its core, it's all about these 12 zodiacs.
Correct.
The various star systems that are there that we are seeing at different times and different seasons. And also it's based on our lunar cycles and sun cycles.
Correct.
And all these three have been essentially do govern our lives.
Yeah.
Right. Now the question is, do you believe that astrology has any real significance in determining a person's life? And or does astronomy play any role in the modern society?
I believe in the basis of astrology. I believe, which is astronomy basically. But I don't think you can correctly predict the future using astronomy. So basically, I don't really believe in astrology per se.
हाँ तो फिर वो बोलना है यार, इतना क्या मैं ही कंफ्यूज हो गया. Say you don't believe in it, then we can go forward.
I don't believe in astrology.
Yeah, great, amazing. So today I'm going to be playing the devil's advocate. I'm going to be like, you're kind of wrong. You're right. One thing that astrologers have not really been able to predict
Correct.
anything like scientifically कि इस डेट को ये होगा या एक्चुअली टेल कि कौन इलेक्शन जीतेगा. Yet their services are widely used.
Correct.
है ना, like there's an astrologer everywhere. So there, I think this actually we go into the realm of understanding people or understanding psychology of people.
Okay.
Right. Also, throughout history, one of the bigger questions we have always had is about the future will turn out like. How will we turn out like? Who are we? ऐसा full big question आएगा. Life में हम सब fucked है वैसे. कि how do we survive? Why am I here? ऐसा कुछ तो चाहिए. So we need some kind of order in that universe.
Correct.
Right. So astrology naturally kind of gives us some kind of sense of it. You know, and also we have to understand that the way Eastern philosophy thinks and Western philosophy thinks about say future prediction, life and death is very different.
Correct.
Right. In the West it's linear. In here it's circular. So
Correct.
there's a thing of rebirth and everything. So if you look at astrology. If you look at astrology, right? To me, it is just basically an overarching tool that is used by people to find some semblance of trying to grasp at the unknown. Right?
Okay.
So they're just trying to find out what will time in the future feel like? Is there any way I can see what my life will turn out as? Right? Without having to say that, you know what, I am grounded, like my life is only going to be a set of equations. Because we want to believe
Correct.
that there's something else out there.
So basically you're saying that astrology, like
It's therapy. I'm saying it's therapy. It's like it's disguised therapy.
Because ये just self affirmation देता है कि there is a possibility of a good future या
No, basically I feel it kind of alleviates the anxiety that the future is in your hands.
Oh, okay.
Deep, right?
Yeah.
मतलब अभी future is not in your hands.
Of course not.
Because in the present society and how like I can as a matter of fact, because of COVID, horoscopes and astrology, all of these things have just spiked in our society.
Spiked, for sure.
Yeah, because in any time of uncertainty, right? We want to feel certain about a few things.
Okay.
And more importantly, the future becomes fuzzier. So you want to know what the future will be like. And more importantly, you want to alleviate some of the anxiety of your life.
Got it.
Also, you want to feel like you're part of the grand scheme of things.
Okay.
These are things that normally have been sort of taken away from modern life. So इसलिए हमको अच्छा लगता है. You get up in the morning and you want to be like, hey, you know, I'm a Cancerian, I'm a freaking Libra or whatever, and I read what my life will turn out.
The horoscope, yeah.
Correct.
Daily one.
And I get it. By the way, the effect you talked about, where you use a certain number of sentences that could apply to anyone,
Correct.
is called the Barnum-Fourier effect.
Okay.
Barnum-Fourier effect. Barnum-Fourier? I will put the text here.
Yeah.
But it's great. So I'm actually going to do that experiment here later.
Okay.
About the Barnum-Fourier effect, where I'm going to read a few sentences out and see how much of them apply to you. And here today is this thing, which is great.
Got it.
Doing that experiment will tell you how actually I think astrology tells us how similar human beings are and how closely packed our hopes and ambitions are, as opposed to how individually we like to see it.
Correct. So, see, I agree with all of that, but don't you think, like, I know people who take the word of an astrology or a horoscope to the T, right?
Correct.
And don't you think that somewhere down the line is problematic? See, I get the idea of self-affirmation, I get the idea it's therapeutic, and we need to obviously have some sense of the future. We can't go aimless, right?
Correct.
But because it's so like generic, or like you said, it impacts it. What do you say? So many people can relate to it.
Correct.
Don't you think that people taking it very, very seriously is somewhere down the line problematic?
See, the point is that anything, right? Any tool. Basically, I think of it like a tool.
Okay.
It can be used for both good and evil. Right? And I understand that astrologers and people claiming that they can tell you the path, they can change your future, charging you money for it, people losing money is definitely wrong.
The bad side of it.
Yeah, it's wrong. Now that we are talking about, now we're entering the realm of, say, superstition, we're entering the realm of, say, pseudoscience, we're entering the realm of where people are being fooled out of their money. Right? So that is definitely a big negative. The point is, you need to understand that I'm actually trying to turn the time back. I'm trying to understand why did humans... See, the thing is, nothing comes out of nowhere.
For sure.
Astrology was definitely a human need. It has been born out of our need that all humans wanted. See, when we were like say hunter-gatherers or whatever, as civilization was being formed, we needed to know when was the right time to do something.
Correct.
Right? And we tied it to our gods, depending on which part of the world we were in. अगर इंडिया में है तो it's all timings are connected to gods and the planets, right?
Yes.
कि शनि के चक्कर में, किसी और के चक्कर में. The point is that being able to understand that under which planet who was falling must have had some historical significance at some time ago.
Okay.
Right? Or just somebody just assumed that at their point in time something bad happened and they realized, okay, maybe we should avoid doing some stuff here. It might have just been simple correlation, but there were also direct impacts of it. Like for example, when they were say farming, they knew when to farm and grow, and they knew when to plant, how long you're supposed to keep your food, when to get married. Like I can completely understand when to get married, and consulting an astrologer / timekeeper would make logical sense. Right? Because you want to know when is a good time for your family to get married.
Correct.
Maybe back in the day when you went, they would try and be like, maybe you shouldn't get married in say summer because you'll be witnessing a drought. For example. And then over time the same data got compiled on itself and they got a sense of, a way of reading the universe.
Got it.
Right? It's like in the age of data today, when we have such high-end prediction systems, astrology seems antiquated.
Correct.
Right, but in its time it was cutting edge. You have to understand that in its time when we were actually deploying astrology, it was cutting edge tech. The smartest people of every civilization were engaged in astrology.
Correct.
For
sure.
Now the point is, astrology led to astronomers, right?
Okay.
And then that led to astronomy.
Okay.
Correct. Like my point is, like they're all very closely connected.
Yeah, because 100% they're close.
Because that's how we get context of how a universe works. Right? वो ही figure out कर रहे हैं.
Correct.
India में तो we knew that we are heliocentric. Heliocentric. Wow, what a nice word.
Oh, I love those systems.
Basically, circling the sun.
Circling the sun.
Correct. So basically we know that, right? In knowing, so we had like this tangible amount of information कि universe ऐसा है, हम अकेले नहीं हैं, ये planets है. Right? Now in this world, can you imagine understanding that we are such a small part of it? There was a natural feeling that, dude, if these are coming in our way, these huge celestial bodies are spinning around us, literally, they must impact us.
Yeah.
So I can see where that came from.
The origins of it, yes.
Origins of it, correct.
So basically, like to sum it up, and what you say is that astrology was observing the patterns of time,
correct,
and then saying that ये pattern तो continuously होगा, through these patterns I can predict the future, because ये cycle वापस repeat होना है,
correct,
तो ये cycle में क्या होगा I know. Okay, correct. That makes sense, dude.
So
it does.
So I'm saying every civilization, dude, there's Celtic astronomy also.
Yeah.
Like every culture old enough that has looked at the stars has come up with their version of it. I mean, I feel maybe in the future there might be an AI tech that will read the lifetime of everyone by trawling through all the data that ever was and be able to be a legit astrologer.
Yeah. The
AI astrologer.
Hey man, if anyone is a big data scientist, please look into this. It has, dude, it will potential. It'll be freaking revolutionary if you could do this.
Yeah, welcome to Padaku Panda. Here's how you become billionaires. Yeah, I kid you not. AI that is legitly be able to tell you or give you a good prediction of how your future will be is worth bajillions.
Hey, actually, I'll tell you what. The Gen Z and Gen X will be like, हाँ AI बोल रहा है तो सही होगा, बंदा बोल रहा है तो नहीं होगा. The AI will have more credibility in today's time, in modern times, like you said. Like,
shit.
है ना?
Hey bro, it's eerily like Skynet. Hey, कौन सा movie था जिसमें there's a AI that predicts the future and it causes the world to almost end, but that the whole movie is predicated on this, that there's an AI. The point is it can predict the future.
Okay.
And by predicting the future, it is setting the future.
Oh. तो if
So it's a logical loop.
yeah, it is the same pattern कर रहा है ना.
हाँ, तो पैटर्न पढ़ के बता रहा है ये फ्यूचर है.
हाँ.
And because फ्यूचर ऐसा है, the world is reacting to the future in such a way that it's manifesting it.
Correct. Oh shit. Please don't make an AI astrologer. It's a part to do. Please don't.
Wow.
Dude, it'll have so much power. Are you imagining? So if the start of time या whatever 2400 years से पहले से एस्ट्रोलॉजी है, उतना डेटा अगर अपन ने किसी AI को फीड कर दिया तो we are definitely screwed.
So thing is, I feel it is inevitable. The point is amount of data. See, earlier इतना किसी के लाइफ के बारे में कोई जानता ही नहीं था.
Correct.
Right. So coming back to the original point. So the point is, we have not replaced. There is no way. There is no scientific way in which we can really kind of get and feel just a sense. Because see, what's happened is that in our scientific world, right, everything has to be quantized so much.
Yeah.
We have left the idea of what something could feel like just out in the open.
Completely out of it. Yeah.
हाँ, मतलब it could feel like something, and that is a fallacy of just scientific thought. So the point is, जब उसका कोई replacement नहीं है, तो of course we'll fall back to the ancient system. Now what? When you go to an astrologer, I would say a healthy way of reading or getting your understanding is to think of it as a reading by the ancients that is based purely on instinct.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it's like those guys sat and read this and kind of figured out, okay, we have some understanding of like human beings and people, made some funky equation, and they created something they felt by and large was true for most people. In their calculation, whatever.
Yeah, correct.
So the theory is, at least in the Hindu side of things, is that have you heard of this Nandi astrology?
Nandi astrology, no, I haven't.
So basically, it's full on intense. So story ऐसा है that there was one guy. I think his name is Nandi only. Nandi's name was Leaf. Sorry. So there's this amazing. You can say hermit / sadhu, whatever.
Sage, basically.
Sage, basically. Intense sage. He connects with the universe to such an extent that he realized he is now connected through and through to not just our universes, but like to our gods and the whole story of humanity.
Okay.
So what he does is he writes down the code, essentially the code of the path that a soul will take.
Okay.
On these leaves, right? Essentially, he has codified all the versions that any soul can take.
Got it.
Because the idea is that your Atma will go through life based on what karma it has done. Your karma is basically a good bad equation.
Deeds, basically.
Deeds. So you do more punya, you're born better. You do more bad shit, you're born like
Punya
shit.
and Pap.
Punya Pap equation, right?
Divine का नया album है वो, but
हाँ क्या?
It's called Punya Pap.
Wow. I doubt it has anything to do with
I don't
nothing.
think so.
Or is Divine the new? His name is Divine. Is
Oh
he the
my
new
God.
sage?
It
Is he
all
the new
makes sense.
sage? Is he decoding? No, he didn't pay us anything on this damn podcast. नहीं promote कर रहा. Yeah. So anyway, so the Nandi leaves, right? What they have on that is basically his idea of what will happen to a soul.
Okay.
Right, and it was a detail में लिखता है. The actual story is that apparently there are these gods who are the guardians of fate, and उसके foot soldiers कुछ है ऐसे 2-3 हजार लोग.
हाँ.
वो आके स्क्रिप्ट लिखा है.
Okay.
Right, and apparently it is considered one of the most accurate. Consider मतलब in our this thing, if you ask any uncle auntie, basically in the uncle auntie network, Nandi astrology is considered the most accurate.
Accurate. Okay.
हाँ. ऐसे it's one of those things. वेदों में लिखा है, लेकिन मैंने तो WhatsApp पे पढ़ा वाला इक्वेशन है यहाँ पे. So then it's all written on these leaves, Nandi leaves. Actually, you'll check out the Nandi astrology का. So it was all kept in this palace in Tamil Nadu or Tanjore. I'm not very sure. Right, and it was the freaking rage. Then the British Raj comes along and they're like, wow, this sounds interesting. I wonder what knowledge they've got in there, right? The British try to read it and they don't understand it. And like, does it have medicinal properties? And they burn a few and try and make some shit out of it.
Whoa.
And then they realize, हमको नहीं समझ में आ रहा ये. And then they auction it.
Okay.
Then few families who knew the value of this bought it.
Huh.
And now there are few temples where in these families where they've been passing on the technique of being able to read these leaves generation to generation.
Okay.
So although there are books about it, the technique is hidden. It's only within these
These families, it's kept secret.
And it's full on. When you go there,
Intense.
depending on your male or female, they take your left or right finger imprint, and they find your code.
Nice.
Of your
soul, basically, and the journey it will take.
So basically, I'm ridiculously paraphrasing here, but what they claim is they have made a source code.
Correct.
Basically, the source code, and based on these chits, they can interpret how your life will be.
Nice.
Dude.
So I came with like my entire outlook to astrology is changing through this podcast, right? So now like you said, it's based in data, which makes sense. Second, when you said this, I'm like, it's basically mathematics to the point of permutations and combinations.
Correct.
In the sense, like whatever your input value will be,
correct,
and through that, whatever combination से तुमको एक equation and answer मिलेगा. Damn.
Also, we have to understand. See, so basically, क्या बोलते हैं ना? So there's this German word called the Zeitgeist.
Yeah.
So what it means is that you are trapped in the thinking of your time. So we are in a scientific age.
Correct.
Now, scientific age, although it feels like it is the most dominant thought without any fallacies, it is. Because if it is very good at deducting things that exist in the real world, like physical objects and understanding their properties.
Yeah.
But it's not so great at understanding things that are maybe between, that exist only in the space in our heads.
Yeah.
For example, science is very bad at understanding justice, bravery, courage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like things that are based in language and our psyche.
And that are not quantifiable, basically.
No. Here's the thing. The idea of quantifiable is a scientific thought.
Correct.
Right? But the point is, when I say, does bravery exist?
The answer is yes.
Yeah. Right. But the point is, what kind of it, where these abstract terms lie, we do not know.
Correct.
So now the point is, we need a system to be able to discuss it without it being compromised by scientific thought.
Okay.
Got it. So when I think of, say, horoscopes and astrology, I think of it as we are trying to read the things that are between the spaces.
Got it. Okay.
Right. Things that we are tuning into that cannot be defined under the scientific viewpoint of the world. Correct. Because the point is, just because science can't define it doesn't mean कि इसका कुछ value
नहीं है, कुछ तो होगा.
Correct, कुछ तो होगा. That being said, I do believe कि you have to use your head when it comes to like astrology and astrologers. And I have a different theory about how they say that some astrologers are really good.
Correct.
Right? And some astrologers, moment you go, they know everything about you.
Correct.
Right? So there are two ways of looking on it. Of course, there's one side of them who are con men. But one that is really interesting is that Alfred Hitchcock did an experiment. What he did is he took a room in New York and said, free reading of your life.
Okay.
Pay what you want. Right? And he did this experiment. He saw someone come in based on how that person looked. He did a reading.
Correct.
Said some generic stuff, made stuff up. Literally, he's looking at the person based on what their conversation they're having, they're reading him and just spewing stuff. Okay. And everyone is believing. By the end of 2-3 days, a person walks in, and because he's interacted with hundreds of people, just his subconscious looks at the person and goes, did somebody in your family die recently? He just said that immediately, looking at him. He himself did not know why he said that. So the thing is, the theory is, remember when you enter a showroom, like for example, people who work in retail instantly know who will buy.
Correct.
Just by body language. They might not know how they're making the decision. I feel astrologers and their accuracy depends on their intelligence and their ability to read the person. And the point is, they might not know they're doing it.
Correct. Oh, makes sense.
Correct. Now, going back to my AI argument, we are talking about how AI, once given all the data, will be able to predict. Now, the thing is, with AI, you understand that AI is not programmed. There's something known as the AI black box.
Yeah.
I mean, you know. उनको नहीं पता ना bro. क्या कर रहा है? सब लोगों को पता है AI black box क्या है?
Apologies.
हाँ, तू बता. हाँ. Tell what's the black box.
So, wait. AI black box, as in you mean the program that you feed data in and then it creates is the basic words
नहीं आता इसको. नहीं पता तेरे को. मैं बताता. So basically, the black box is, to an AI, you can only tell the outcome. and you can tell whether the outcome was correct or wrong. How it figures that outcome based on, I'm talking about say neural networks. That's how AI is done today, which is close to how our mind works. Even the guys who made the AI don't know how it figured it out. That's the AI black box.
Okay.
So basically, the only thing you tell it is this is the out. Okay, I'm super simplifying. Other smart people just send links and I don't know, comment and tell how wrong I am and what an idiot I am. But whatever. But the idea is that in this black box, nobody knows what's happening, which is very close to what we refer to our intelligence of our subconscious. Our intelligent subconscious, right, is essentially the black box that we do not feel but has already processed the data.
Okay.
Intuition, for example. When you look at someone, you go, this is a bad person. And sometimes, mostly you're right. You just don't trust this person. So that intuition, essentially, I feel if you met enough people and had deep discussions with everyone, because astrology essentially is a lot like therapy. You go to astrologer, you tell them everything about yourself.
Correct.
You'll be able to read that person. So I feel this is where astrologers and all of this comes through. And the basis, and I feel astrologers becomes the basis on which you can have this discussion on neutral ground. Right? Otherwise, it's just coming to you for advice and it just doesn't work.
Correct. Okay. So you're saying that the basis of astrology is actually human behavior and not, astronomy to hai hi.
No. So I'm talking about astrologers and prediction of
their
futures.
prediction, how they do it for people.
Correct.
Okay.
So for example, when you said initially that there's a scientific part, right? So astrology to me is essentially spiritual timekeeping. A good way to use astrology would be to access your own subconscious to understand how you're feeling about something.
Correct.
Look at something, look at what these words and things and what they are triggering will tell you what the feeling will be like.
Got it.
So that's how I would say to use,
astrology.
Yeah. Depending on your Gemini, Pisces, Leo, whatever. Correct. Because based on ki kab paida hua tha, kya hua tha. Because I tell you what, man, just reading this stuff, because invariably most of it is pretty harmless. But reading it stuff, someone telling you that you have some good qualities, someone telling you that you can be something, that you can do something, just feels good.
Yeah, no, I'll share actually a personal example. So as I've dropped out of engineering, right? So I dropped out of engineering and then whatever. So that time was it was a rocky phase for the family and whatever. So we have this family astrologer that we consulted and all that, and he's like, देखो थोड़ा bad time चल रहा है, 7.5 जो बोलते हैं, 7.5 years of bad luck. He's like, इसका चल रहा है, whatever. He's like, and
holy shit, wait, what is 7.5 years of bad luck? The only one I know is that when you're having drinks and then you need cheers, if you don't look into the person's eye, you have 7 years of bad sex.
No. So yeah, that is German. So 7.5.
But either way, bro, that I'm never taking any risks with that. सबके आँख में देख के पीता है, bro.
Chance नहीं लेना वो सबके
7 साल, fuck me. No one will actually. Anyway,
yeah, so basically 7.5 is the concept in Hindu astrology that everyone goes through a period of 7.5 years of bad luck, depending on I think it's based on Shani.
Correct.
So as we have zodiacs, humans also have 12 houses.
Correct.
And depending on the position of the Shani in the house, वो उतने time के लिए रहते हैं वहाँ पे, और you have bad luck, whatever. So obviously things are not going great. Engineering is a dropout, no idea about the future, whatever. And he's just like, dude, you just tough it out. Just tough it out. I'm telling you, your future will be great. You just have to tough it out. Abhi, as a normal human, I know कि it's bad time. I have to tough it up.
Correct.
I'll tell you what. Somewhere in the back of my head, because he told this, my parents were happy and they were chill. So I was chill, and then I could actually tough it out. So like now that I think about it, so like I said, when I started this podcast, I had like, hey, सब बकवास है, whatever. Now when I go through all of this कि हाँ देखो patterns है, ये है, it's actually positive affirmation or like, you know, like हाँ, okay, good, कुछ ना कुछ हो सकता है, whatever. So I get the therapy value of it.
Correct.
I really understand it. Damn, I feel like going for an astrological reading now.
Now, exactly. So the point
I really do.
I feel in our world where, you know what, I feel there should never be a hard and fast line, scientific, unscientific, because we are trying to understand our world.
Correct.
Much vaster and beyond we can just comprehend.
Yeah, we can't understand it for sure.
So I think having a bit of humility towards everything and trying to see the other side always leads us to like some interesting conclusions. By the way, my astrology story is damn intense. So what happening is, this is in college, right? I'm just chilling by a tuppery or whatever, just like there. And that time I used to smoke, so I'm just like smoking a cigarette or whatever, and just being like, being a cool college kid. Wow, by the cigarettes sucked too. I don't know why I did that, but whatever. But yeah, cigarettes.
Fat tha bro, fat.
Yeah, college में है
So cool.
So cool. तो पुक रहा है, तुम्हारे दोस्त आता है full fried. बोलता क्या हुआ bro? नहीं bro, I have to go to this temple because my family astrologer called up in a panic to his family. कि listen, that your son is in super danger. उसको अभी जाके ये पूजा करना है इस टेम्पल पर, otherwise there's a legit chance he's going to die.
Whoa, that intense.
Full on death. तो बोला wow, that's very intense. बोला हाँ यार ये सब बकवास है, this that. And I'm like cool. तो वो गया, I don't know उसके बाद कि वो गया कि नहीं, but I feel कि वो that day he was buying those coconuts and stuff and going. And but this guy was like one of those hardcore मतलब college का बच्चा लोग, ऐसा दारू वारू पीने का बहुत ऐसा party मुक्कागिरी वैसा fight सन whatever. And he goes, and 1 week later I get the news he died in a bike accident.
What?
Yeah, dude.
What?
This is legit. So now here, this is completely anecdotal, and if I had to look at it from a scientific perspective, I can be like
Coincidence,
correlation, whatever. But the point is, he spoke to me barely a week before his own death, talking about how his family astrologer called his family in a panic,
saying that he is in supreme danger.
Now the point is, this could be intuition, because this person is following this child's life through his parents ki kuch ho raha hai. Maybe there was something he connected at the subconscious level. I don't know what the lines were dropped, whether it was directly because of astrology or the readings or whatever, but this is a real incident. It's not even a second-hand story, right? So that day I sat down and I was like, what is even happening? I need to like think about some stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I used to be not even after this incident, right? By and large, for the large part of my life, I've been militantly on the side of like scientific thought and scientific thinking and all of that, right? Very recently, when I've started dissecting what it is, I've realized that this kind of thinking actually emerged in human society during the Enlightenment age in Western society.
Correct.
And had major fallacies. Like a lot of philosophers said, bro, we can't think about human life like this. You can think about atoms like this. But human life ke liye, ya politics ke liye, ya things related to you and me, we cannot use the same things.
Same logic.
Because there are other things at play. And the point is, I think the reason now this astrology, science and horoscope thing has become even more intense is that while we double down on scientific thought, we have just not given any avenue to discuss anything else.
Correct. Makes sense.
There's just no avenue to discuss it.
Yeah.
So like you said, that when you spoke to astrologer, it alleviated anxiety.
Yeah, for sure.
It elevated something.
Yes.
It gave you like, okay, this too shall pass. And this too shall pass not because a therapist is telling you, but literally the stars have ordained it.
Yeah.
Like the universe has ordained it.
Yeah, you feel like there is something bigger at play that is sort of guiding you. You just need to keep on your path.
Exactly. And its other flip side is, if somebody had said, man, if the astrologer said, no, you're going to die in 7 years, you're fucked.
Oh yeah, it'll just keep playing on your mind for sure. Somewhere at the back of your head, even if you don't believe it.
This happened to my mom's friend. The astrologer told her that in the next 5 years, your husband will die. And for 5 years, she was a nervous wreck.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
yes. So I'm just saying negative bhi hai.
Negative
so 5 years, a nervous wreck, just panic. So my point is, of course, you can consult these people and things like that. How you see it, the thing is, it's like that AI I was talking about earlier, right? Once the future has been said, the point is, in a weird way, it has kind of been, it has been manifested in your psyche.
Correct. It's वो बोलते हैं ना, लिखा है, written है. Now that you know, correct, you will work towards it
or try to avoid it,
whatever.
But either way, in the end, in your head, it's already fuck hai abhi till it ends. Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I find astrology interesting. So, here's the thing. So, that's why for the longest time, I had like ruled out astrology, tarot cards, this thing and all of that. And very recently, I have got into tarot. Like, I have a tarot card set, which is kind of cool. And what do you call? I do tarot readings, and this thing not for money and shit, just for me and my friends and whatever. And the idea is that you use this as a tool to just communicate, to see how you're feeling and what happens, right? Because trust me, I am probably the guy most further away from this kind of thought. Like what cannot be proved or what cannot be seen.
Correct.
Like energies, chakras वगैरह से मैं काफी दूर है in terms of like direct like I don't really
implement that in your daily life basically.
Correct. Yeah, but I do agree that there is like, because to be honest, when I started sort of like reading for this podcast, even initially I was coming from a space of ki man, why am I reading all of this? As it is, I don't believe
in all of this, like
correct, like मेरा तो believe भी नहीं है. So what am I trying to like, what will we even talk about? And that's when I realized कि it is not how astrology works or how astrologers work, but why it happening is the more important thing, at least in my opinion.
No, yeah, makes sense. Like I didn't think about that at all, but now that we've had this conversation, I'm like, yeah, dude, why the need exists is really true, because I personally have seen the effects of it.
Correct.
I see the effect of when someone says, you know what, I don't believe in you as a human. The universe does.
Correct.
There is a bigger force that believes in you, so tu kyun nahi kar raha?
Correct.
And then you have that motivation to whatever.
Correct.
So yeah, I understand the therapy aspect of it for sure.
Basically, don't be a party pooper when somebody's like, hey guys, let's read our horoscopes. Don't be an ass. Don't be like, hey, ये सब बकवास है.
नहीं dude, पढ़ने का मजा आता है. हम लोग कॉलेज में, जर्नलिज्म कॉलेज में हम लोग randomly 1 week it's like horoscope padhenge.
It's fun.
It's fun for that matter. You have a nice discussion whatever, and then you forget about it also.
But here's the thing. The fun thing is that when you do read your horoscopes, you for once you're having a discussion about yourself and who you are.
Correct.
Normally your conversations are so blah. You're getting it? Like it's
correct.
It's a neutral ground to have a spiritual discussion.
Nice. And unknowingly so. Unknowingly so. I never thought about that. Damn. That's really cool.
Sweet. So here's the thing that literally almost all horoscopes will have, or any versions of this. And here's what's the interesting part. And I think this is a lovely experiment. You guys who are watching, see how much of this applies to you.
And let us know in the comments actually.
Correct? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 100%. You have a great need for other people to like and admire you. You have a tendency to be critical of yourself. You have a great deal of unused capacity which you have not turned to your advantage. While you have some personality weaknesses, you're generally able to compensate for them, right? Your sexual adjustment has presented problems for you. Disciplined and self-controlled outside, you tend to be worrisome and insecure inside. At times, you have serious doubts as to whether you have made the right decision or done the right thing. You prefer a certain amount of change and variety and become dissatisfied when hemmed in by restrictions and limitations. You pride yourself as an independent thinker and do not accept others' statements without satisfactory proof. You found it unwise to be too frank in revealing yourself to others. At times, you're extroverted, affable, and sociable, but other times, you are introverted, wary, and reserved. Some of your aspirations tend to be pretty unrealistic. Security is one of your major goals in life. How did I do so far for you?
ये मेरा पूरा मैं जिसको भी जानता हूँ ना लाइफ में, मेरा पूरा स्कूल का बैच, मेरा पूरा जर्नलिज्म का बैच, इंजीनियर, एवरीवन इज दिस.
So मैं बोल रही everyone is this. हाँ. इसमें so ये तो जेनरिक स्टेटमेंट्स थे. अगर मैं इसमें थोड़ा और फ्लफ कर देगा,
हाँ, थोड़ा तो
today
मेरे बारे में लिखा है वैसे ही होता है.
Exactly. Literally for everyone it will be that. Because man, if you connected to these statements, see it not as proof of how fake it is, but see it as proof of how connected we all are as
humans. How we think basically in the same way.
Correct. We feel same things. Like the human condition is more common than you think.
For
like
sure.
we all feel कि oh shit मैं ही suffer कर रहा है कि अकेले, लेकिन नहीं है
actually shit.
So these are the statements, right? And invariably we'll find all horoscopes to be versions of this, or people who write it.
Yeah, actually. So that's what I meant. In the beginning also, I was like, it's just generic statements, तो तुम पे तो apply होने ही है.
Correct.
But I never thought about how they came up with those generic statements.
Correct.
It's like, because every human is the same at the core of it.
Correct.
Wow, that's a revelation.
Whoa.
Through the journey of this podcast, really, I've I've changed my view to this, and I feel that I am definitely going to read more about why it exists, or like think about it, like why it exists, and just like you said, not draw a hard line and say that hey, bakwas hai. But it exists and exists for a reason. I feel that's a good takeaway. I mean, I would definitely have changed that perception, and I actually want to read
like I
more
would
about
say,
it, you know?
look at it differently and explore it for what it is, because I feel in this overtly Western scientific age where such hard lines are drawn, we should also find ways to interface better with the world around us and with the unknown.
Correct.
Because when we don't have avenues is when all these scams and charlatans and other people
All
who
that, yeah.
claim their existence tells us of a deeper problem and malaise of our society, right? That we want something, but we don't have easy access or a place to discuss and talk about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that was it in this podcast. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah,
had
man.
fun. Yeah, read your horoscope, man.
Actually, yeah, it's just time pass. It's fun. करो दोस्तों के साथ करो और मजा आता है.
Yes.
Also, so we have new episodes out every Friday. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure
Wow,
you
you fucked that up. You fucked that up. Fucked that up so bad. So yeah, man. So if you just subscribe, hit bell button and have fun. This is Parag Panda. Pandas every Friday.
Yeah.